Hey, Ray Halbrook here with Live Stream STL. How's everybody doing tonight? We have a special place location tonight here for a wonderful, amazing shot of the coach's box as we made the quick change here from the our soccer game to out here to have an in press box, if you will, spot here for the coach's box. So, guys, we had literally 30 seconds here to work on our everything getting hooked up. So, guys, I hope you all can hear me.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
Yep.
There we go. Good deal. And we're joined here with none other than Chris Miller, and we've got a special guest. The prodigal son has returned.
Prodigal.
So
it's only fitting here at St. Pius.
right?
Sweep week.
We couldn't get rid of him after the soccer game. He just hung around.
It's America's game. It's the world's game. I had to stick around.
Right?
Oh,
What-
here
what-
we go.
What?
It's America's game.
We don't talk about soccer on this program.
We talk about a thrilling 2-1 St. Pius X
Here we
victory
go.
over visiting Festus.
Yeah, that's good.
An up-and-coming Festus squad. I thought you said the cameras didn't make us look fat anymore, Ray. Thanks. That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought you were supposed to fix that.
And somebody's already broke the rule.
Uh-oh.
I hear somebody's got their stuff on. Turn your volume down.
Yep, who is it?
Shooty.
It's probably
It's probably
Shooty.
me.
Yeah.
It was. It's always
Gosh
shooting.
dang it, you're on the show for like 4 seconds.
Seconds. Already
You
screwing
already
up.
messed it up.
Right?
Back to Alaska.
Yeah, see ya.
Kevin Halley's fault.
You just have to take the ocean straight to Alaska from here.
Oh, man.
Geography lesson later.
No, it's Kyle
Blair
Boer's
will
fault.
give it.
Kyle Boer's
Right.
fault.
Blair
Yeah,
will
he
give
teaches
the
math.
Yeah, Blair will give us the geography lesson.
Yeah, that's right.
Chris Miller's you can see it in the background of the shot right here. He's trying to set the TV up so he can see himself.
No, because Shooty wanted to see how fat he looked.
I already know how.
That's what he said. I was just like, dude, I can tell you right now we don't need the TV. Jeez.
I'm on this Tilden Watson weightlifting program, and
that's-
I'm not lifting anymore, but I gained 10 pounds. It's all.
There's a couple of staff members that are like, man, Coach Tilden's a jerk in the weight room. It's like, yeah, he is.
He gets after it.
I mean,
that's for
he
sure.
gets results. So,
Mr.
yeah,
Miller,
eventually.
tell us what we got going on.
You know, we got an interesting show, I'm sure. I think we got a lot of hot topics locally to talk about. Should be included in probably some rants, maybe, I don't know. But we're gonna get it started with our timeout tirades. And just because he wanted to go first, Zach McVeigh can go first.
Gosh, I didn't want to. Somebody else, Shooty can go first. Since
Gosh,
he's
wait,
the
he didn't read the show notes. That's why.
No,
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Shooty's probably like,
I'll go first. I don't
Yeah,
care.
go
let's
ahead.
come up with something.
I
How
got
much
it.
time? How does this work?
Well,
You have 2 minutes.
You have 2 minutes, and you get to just rant about whatever you want.
Yeah.
As long as it's family show oriented, you don't want to be like me.
Can't talk about school superintendents. Can't
Yeah.
talk. Yeah.
Can't say that.
Evidently, bumper stickers
Let's talk
are out.
about. Let's talk about standardized testing.
Hang on, he's gonna.
You have
Yeah,
2
yeah,
minutes.
he's gonna
All
give
right.
us a clock and everything.
You have 2
All right,
minutes,
I got
and your
something topical.
time starts right now.
There you go.
Something
All right.
topical.
So, as you guys know, I serve as the college counselor
I
here.
didn't know that.
Yeah, at St. Pius. I
what you
believe you wouldn't know that, but I do serve as the college counselor here. I've been working with class of 2021, maybe the most uncertain year of college recruitment, certainly in my memory, in 20 years of working in either higher ed or secondary education. And a number of colleges have answered the bell, and 2/3 of the colleges in the United States have said, you know what, this year we're going to go optional on ACT or SAT scores. Students didn't get a chance this summer to do test preparation. They didn't get a chance to take the actual test themselves. For that matter, they didn't get to go do college visits. Most seniors that are looking to go to college probably visited 2 or 3 colleges in the summer before their senior year started, and this year that chance was not afforded to them. The problem is the third of the colleges that have chosen not to eliminate the ACT or the SAT as a standardized portion of their entrance criteria. And it's really unfair to some of these kids that just didn't have that opportunity. The test is not the college success predictor that it claims to be, either the ACT or the SAT. You understand that better than most, right?
I think
You're
everybody
doing
here
it.
understands
that.
And I think the majority of people in the United States do understand that, but instead, some of these schools are insisting that that's there. Almost as bad as the school that's making it optional as far as the admissions criteria, but they're making it where you have to have a certain ACT score for the scholarship to get in. Because for a lot of the kids, especially here in Jefferson County, and I've talked to students at other schools, I'm going to be talking to other students from other schools, we got a lot of kids that can get in and succeed at a college, but they can't necessarily afford it. And I know you guys have talked about just some of the crazy numbers you see with tuition. And certainly there's a lot of financial aid available, there's scholarship available, but if it's tied into test scores that you weren't able to adequately prepare for, that's just patently unfair. It rigs the system towards students that are able to afford something that honestly maybe they don't deserve. So colleges, get with it. And while we've got 4 seconds to go, 3 seconds, you know what? I'm going to be a good Christian and say, Chris Miller, you're up next.
Man,
Hey.
he went from being the old show host. He's just running the show.
Sending it right to you.
All right, so Ray, you just tell me when I'm ready here.
Let me go to you here real
Oh,
quick.
yeah, he's
and,
like, "Hey, you're ready over there."
Yeah.
It's in soccer mode.
You know, I just got to
Lot-
get out
lot
of
of action
soccer
in
mode.
soccer.
You're exactly right. Your time starts now.
Okay, so it's definitely not sports related, and it's not school related. I actually I bought into the belief that I needed to cancel Netflix. So as much as I love Cobra Kai, I finished it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
awesome.
It was awesome, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed that I canceled it. I really thought long and hard, pros and cons, but at the same time, with everything that's going on, with some of the programming that they have, I had to think about it from a father standpoint, and I think that is absolutely and utterly ridiculous to have a show that would promote any. I don't care how the end of the movie is, and if you haven't seen it, it's that Cuties movie. I've watched enough clips on that to think that there is no way in hell any child should ever watch it. And say, well, it's TVMA. That's not going to keep a kid from watching it.
I don't think it's even about the kids, too.
Yeah, it's
Usually
like
that's the reason the kid will
well,
will
yeah,
watch it
and
when
at
he
the
gets
end,
a chance.
at the end, they say, well, somebody try to. First off, what really kind of put me over the edge on it is Netflix defended the film.
Right.
And look, there are other things that have been taken off of the air because people have complained. And that, to me, seems like that should be one of the things that should be taken off. And because they didn't do that, and I'm a father, and I thought, you know what? I don't want my kid watching this. So I canceled it, and I just went completely unselfish with it. I said, I'm just going to get rid of it. Wow. And for them to promote that and to defend it and pretty much die on the hill, I mean, that's them. That's their own business model. But that just shows you that whether their lack of morals and anybody who backs it, defends it, thinks it's okay because it's art. That's not art. It's crap. It's trash. No kid should ever watch that stuff. No kid should ever do the stuff that they were promoting or, well, they went back and at the end said they weren't going to do that. No, it doesn't matter. You watched it up there. And you might have thought it was cool or whatever. It's trash. It's done. It's over. So Netflix, goodbye.
Wow, you timed that really good.
Perfect
I
time.
was watching the clock.
That's impressive.
Watch the clock. When you're a coach, you always have to watch, like,
Right.
can we get out of here with a win?
Can I get out of here with that getting teed up?
Yeah, it's like, it's a running clock. Oh, that's good. Blair, you're next.
Oh, perfect. Let's go.
So Blair, here we go.
So we're just going right down the
Your
line.
time starts now.
All right. Well, my biggest thing about it that I'm going to kind of go off of is the difference between coaching kids today and coaching kids 20 years ago. I hear it all the time, well, I couldn't have done that 20 years ago. You couldn't do this 20 years ago. What's changed? What's changed? Has anybody got an answer to that?
Yeah, but we can't say
I'm
that.
not saying it alone.
Well, I
gotta
would-
have
I would
stuff we
say,
can talk about it
Bring
here.
it on. Bring it up. I think it's important.
well-
Here's what I'm going to tell you is what's changed.
Okay.
I think what's changed
Pepsi guy.
is the softness of kids. Kids are too soft. And they don't know how to handle
Why
criticism.
is that, Blair?
They don't know how to handle criticism.
Where's that come from?
And well, I think it comes from home. And I'm going to say that
Too
about
comfortable
my,
with pillows when they sleep if they're soft.
as a coach and as a parent, I've realized that in the last 5 years, that the kids have changed the way they approach everything. Anybody talks to them or has a conversation with them about something, they automatically go defensive. Well, you're getting on me, you're yelling at me, you're getting after me, and I'm not. They just shut off, And I don't understand why, because what's changed? And to me, it's no different than what I was 20 years ago when I was in high school. They were telling me, getting on me, yelling at me, getting in my face, screaming, hollering, doing whatever it took, and I listened. I followed the directions, I followed commands, and and today these kids just curl up and don't know what to say, don't know what to react, and it's a very frustrating thing. Not necessarily just as a coach, but as a parent, because kids today are just so soft that you can't handle just getting after them about tough conversations. They're tough conversations. So
I
That's
tell
it.
I tell all the coaches that have Dylan yell at them.
Well, it's what
Yell
should
at
be.
'em.
I mean, it should be.
You can do whatever you want. Get him to play.
Yeah. But just it's very difficult to try to deal with it. I mean, it's changed so much, and I don't know what's changed. That's my question: is what's changed?
Parenting.
Maybe. I
So,
don't know.
can you say it again?
Parenting.
Okay, thank you.
I ain't gonna cough when I do it. It's parenting. That's all there is to it.
I got it.
I mean, and it's not. Parents aren't bad. I mean, the problem is you have the way the world looks at things. That's what the problem is.
Agreed.
Is well, you can't. It's like one time whenever I was taking an adolescent psych class years ago in college, and they were talking about corporal punishment, and someone said, well, they looked at me and they're, non-traditional student that they were. It's like, well, I don't spank my kids. And I said, well, my dad took time out of his day to whip my butt. That's not the word I use because, timeouts are one thing, but at the same time, it's.
I got caught. I got caught putting on 3 pairs of pants one time before Dad got home. I saw that. I sat there and laughed at him to his face while he spanked me, and then he realized, and then I had no pants.
And then DCFS came over.
So I learned.
Not then. They guarantee you they didn't come over there.
No, they did not come over. I didn't whisper a word about it. I
But
deserved
isn't that
it.
cultural, though? I mean, it's not like it's 2020 when all this started. This goes back probably, to the 60s, 70s. Now you're seeing, the second, third generation of this, happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, parents want to be friends, not parents.
And
Yeah.
that's a tough thing. I mean,
Oh, I fight that battle daily.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
and that's the biggest thing I think that as educators is easy and probably even more of a struggle in the classroom because you can't tell a kid to go home and do their homework when their parents don't make them go home and do their homework. So they let them go out and do whatever they want.
Does his
So-
rant always go well over 2
Yes.
minutes?
Oh, yes.
Yes, it always goes
Ray
over.
usually stops him, but
There's
apparently
usually
don't
a
have
song
music.
that gets
I haven't
played.
heard the music, so I'm
No music. I still think we need a show soundboard.
Well,
that would be
we can
great.
work on that. That's something that we can definitely work
Put it
on.
on the books.
Hey,
And
that's
I'm
better.
about to put up some comments here once they load
I haven't
up
got a
here,
chance
so-
to look because I was
Right.
But,
working on. Look at that! I got it to work.
Hey,
You can't see
there
it
it
unless
is.
you look in
We
the
can see it on the background.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
nice.
We put the
Yeah.
Cardinals game on. Watch
Very
them
cool.
lose.
Really
Hey,
glad I
you
wore
know,
a tighter
no,
T-shirt
they
today.
won
Let's move to
game.
Jason
won the
Jarvis.
first game.
Let's move to Jason
Yeah,
Jarvis.
Jason.
Your time starts now.
All right. I don't understand why we have to make the coin flip at a high school football game so gosh darn difficult.
I knew that was coming.
All right?
It's heads.
No team in their right mind wants to kick twice. Nobody. There is nobody that wants to kick 2 times in a game. Why in the heck would I want my team and my captain to go tell the ref, hey, let's kick. Oh, let's kick in the second half, too. And that refs allow kids to make the mistake. We coached him. I even told the kid before the game, he even said, and I said, hey, if we win the toss, you defer.
That's all I got to say.
Wait, use the big word.
One word.
Well, and that's my other argument
Public
on this.
school.
hey, now. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, I
This
went
is
to
my
public
other
school.
argument, too.
Hey, at least I got somebody else here.
It's happened. It's happened in JV games. It's happened in junior high games. It's happened in varsity football games. Why can the refs not just help the kid out? Yes, we've coached them. I can tell you right now, Friday night, we did not want to kick twice. I can tell you that.
Did you kick twice?
I promise you that.
Did he
We
kick
didn't-
twice?
We did not want to kick twice. And my
That's
kids
just
said
bad
kicker.
coaching.
My kids said kicker.
I knew that was coming.
Oh my
And I did
gosh!
not want to kick twice.
I have to tell you this story.
Hey, but he made a good
real,
tackle,
real
though.
quick, and I'll
Wait,
I'll stop
it's-
you. I'll stop. You get 30 seconds.
Oh, good. I still got
I
those.
have
yeah.
to tell you this. My very, very, very first time ever doing a football game as like a sophomore. Might have been a freshman or a sophomore. Okay, I'm going as a manager fill-in. Okay, and I remember Stan Helms was there for this game, and I remember the coaches were saying, telling the particular captain what to do. He comes back. And this is the deal. He comes back and he says this. He says, "We're receiving both halves." And Helms went nuts. he goes, "How in the world did you screw that up?" You know, but it's possible. You can defer both halves. And
no one wants to kick off.
nobody wants to kick off, But
Now receiving twice?
yeah,
That's awesome.
Take it.
That is
unbelievable,
awesome.
right? Okay, finish your finish.
So,
your
I
thought.
mean,
30
I'm
seconds.
just saying, I wish we could just make it easier.
Right.
I mean, just make it easier. The kids don't even watch football anymore. Like, they might play it, but they don't watch it.
Man, you don't get to defer in Madden like
So
that.
I just think, and I know, and it's not the ref's fault. It's not the coach. It's not the kid's fault.
No,
I
it's
mean,
coach's fault.
I know it always is coach's fault, but I mean, we were
Coaches.
You tell them. I mean, it's defer. What the heck's defer? And
You can't use big words.
Time's
so,
up.
anyway, that was my
That was it.
that was my tirade.
Well,
I
he was
could
there.
have been done in 20 seconds.
He said, use it in a sentence. He said, I didn't cut down the oak. I cut down the fir.
Ba-boom, ching. Oh, so we like that. We've missed.
I'll be out on assignment
Did you
for
learn that
another
in
2 months.
Alaska?
On the way.
The Yukon.
Oh, the Yukon.
Yukon.
It's Yukon.
Yeah.
Adair, huh?
Hey,
Zach McVeigh, your time
saving
starts
the
now.
best for last.
I don't know. I don't have a major tirade.
Such
Here's
a
what I'm
nice
gonna tell
guy.
you. I don't understand memes these days with the grammatical errors. I can't understand all the letters and the lingo. If you're going to write a meme, can you please write it out to where everybody can understand what in the world you're trying to say?
I support public school education.
I mean, you look at it and it's just like, holy moly, what are they trying to say? It's just a bunch of scrambled letters.
What
I
are you
don't-
looking at?
I don't know. Just whether it's
Was it one of
memes
Chris
or-
Miller's?
No, no. He normally. I
use
don't
great
get it.
grammar, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. I don't get it. That
Especially when we
goes
talk
all-
about professional development.
Yeah, exactly.
Or referees.
Oh my gosh.
Or
Or
yeah,
referees.
Hey, now he doesn't do that ever. I just hey, and here's another thing. Maybe you guys can explain this to me. The whole Twitter thing. When you're gonna say, hey,
What's that?
yeah, exactly. Hey, congratulations to so and so at this and at that. Why can't you just say congratulations, Bob?
It's
Why
their
can't-
Twitter
I don't-
handle because that way it's
But
like you
I don't
tag
get
them.
that. No, then no.
Hey,
I don't-
Grandpa, this is
Yes,
how Twitter
I know.
works.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
my God.
Cloud's looking at me here.
Get off my lawn.
I'm trying to read. Who is this? What? I don't get it.
Get off my lawn. That's what you're like Clint Eastwood from Gran Torino right
There you
now.
go. Yeah,
Minus the racism. I mean, this
That
guy's
comes later.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow. It's because he wore that. It's because he wore that shirt and hat there.
That's,
I'm telling you.
Still got 20 seconds. So.
Oh, man,
Okay.
how do you still have 20 seconds?
Because he's that good.
I started talking to him. It was like, you're done.
brevity.
So I got to say this. We have a special guest on the line right now.
Uh-oh.
And,
I know who this is.
And I want to. Do you think you know who it is?
No, I really don't.
Okay. I was gonna say, okay. With us on the line right now is Jim Powers. And I'm going to bring him on here.
Oh, look at this
Jim,
guy.
how you doing?
I'm doing great, and anytime I get a chance to hang out with Jarvis and Miller, my week has been made complete.
That's right.
We're going to give you a chance at the tirade. You got 2 minutes, and you start right now. Go ahead.
What his is, but go ahead.
Wow. Well, a lot of people may know what my tirade's going to be because I know we're
I
going to
knew that
talk
was
about this later on. I mean, the biggest thing that a lot of people are complaining about up here in St. Louis County is transparency. The numbers that are being thrown out there by a certain county executive are not the right numbers.
What's his name?
What's his name, Jim?
Skewed. We'll get into that later on. But
Let him
the
turn the
thing is,
page.
everybody is doing things the right way. St. Charles is doing it the right way. Jeffco's doing it the right way. Every other part of the state is doing things the right way. But people are still hiding behind numbers, when it comes to why the kids in St. Louis County and St. Louis City cannot play. And it's driving me, it's driving the athletic directors, it's driving the parents absolutely crazy because all people want to know is, where are you coming up with the numbers? Why? And what part of these numbers don't you agree with? And that's the biggest thing with the whole issue is the transparency part. And I'm a firm believer in transparency. If I got something and I need to prove a point, then so be it. I'm going to tell you what my numbers are and what my proof is. It's not being done. And it's a disservice to the kids. It's a disservice to the coaches that have worked their tails off It's a disservice to the superintendents, you know, and the coaches and all that, and the ADs. So, when you're in a position of power, you've got to be transparent with stuff. And unfortunately, it's not happening, and people are hiding behind a number, and it's just driving me crazy as covering high school sports in the St. Louis area. But it's driving everybody crazy, and that's the bottom line.
Jim, politicians wouldn't do that, would they? They wouldn't hide behind the numbers like that, would they?
Never.
I mean, I don't want to say which side of the aisle, but I'm just saying politicians wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I mean,
and everybody got quiet. Yeah, Jim's like, yeah, I'm not saying anymore.
That's my tirade right there. Miller finished it off for me.
Bam!
There it is.
You lobbed it up there, and I just, bam. It's the only time I can dunk.
True statement.
That's true.
Oh, my gosh.
Very true.
Wow.
Yeah, I get it.
That was good.
I liked it.
That was a surprise guess I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
Do you like that? Do you
That
like
wasn't in the show notes.
that? Not in the show notes.
You know what?
Definitely not.
When
in
I
the show
put the
notes.
things together, nobody tells me this stuff. Like, I didn't even know
Well, you
Shooty
know
was
what?
going to be on the
Here-
show.
Hell,
Here's
Shooty
the
didn't know
thing,
he was
though.
gonna be on the
Riley
show.
needed some backup.
That's right. That's right.
Riley needed backup. He's tired of getting ganged up on, and so they needed to call in the reinforcement from
That's what I
St. Louis
call it. I
City
had to call it.
come and get
Really? That's
Riley's
what you...
muscle.
Man.
That's right. I had
Hey,
to have
is-
some muscle
is-
come
were you
around
getting
here, you
bullied?
know?
Yeah.
Well,
Do you need a safe place?
I don't use those words in anything I talk about. So
So you never
that
talk
is
about
a-
safe places?
No, I mean,
Okay.
no. I don't
Safe
talk about
space, safe
Definitely
space.
not.
He's down here next to his fellow black cat.
That's
He's
right.
fine.
He's not too close.
Say, Ray,
Well, I don't
is
blame
Jim taking questions? I got a question
Jim,
for Jim.
Okay, well, go ahead. Yeah, give him a question here.
Hey, Jim, I'm assuming you've seen what Incarnate Word has decided to do. What do you think's going to happen with them?
He didn't see the notes either.
No, I did.
Audible.
Yeah, he was shooting, but not saw the notes. But yeah, I'll answer that.
Show
Apparently,
preparation never helps me.
Exactly.
Show's off the rails.
Sam Page was asked that question earlier today by my partner in crime at Fox 2, Vic Faust.
Jim, who is
And
Sam
basically,
Page for anybody who doesn't watch the news?
He is the county executive of St. Louis County.
Kyle Bohr
There it
just
is.
went,
Oh, now I get it. Now I get it now.
You got to give the guy some credit. I mean, he is a doctor. Now, let's get it right.
Doctor.
We got to get it, Dr. Sam Page.
All right, so he was asked this question.
Sorry, Jim.
No. I'm used to it, so I
He's been on our show. He
That's
knows.
true.
He
Yes.
knows.
And he's
I
also
know the
officiated
drill.
some. He's also officiated some of my games. He knows when he.
Yeah, so he's trying to explain it to you, and you're just sitting there talking. He's just like, I'm used to being interrupted by one coach or another on this show. Sorry, Jim.
gosh.
Continue.
No, so anyway, the question was asked, and he said that they are not going to do anything to Incarnate Word, that the recommendations are for the safety of the public, and that's the way it is. So as of right now, there's going to be no sanctions or backlash to Incarnate Word doing what they're doing, and that's playing softball and some of their fall sports out in St. Charles County.
Hey, Jim, what can they do? It's a private school. It's not like they get public funding.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were asking the same question actually when this whole thing cut loose, over the last 24 hours, and nobody really knows the answer what can be done, and that's been the big question that a lot of ADs have asked throughout the day today. Actually, on both sides, the public and private thing is okay. What are the ramifications if we do this? And really, nobody knows the answer to that right now. But Page has come out and said that they're not going to do anything to Incarnate Word right now. So it's going to be interesting
We're
to
gonna write
see how
now.
this thing goes.
So basically, they just write their name on the board, and then every
Check
time they
marks.
play a game, they put a check mark by them. They keep telling them, you better stop it or else.
So
It's
my
bad
question
parenting
is,
right there.
King of check mark.
I could say, how many check marks did he get when he was
I'm
growing
going to count
God.
to 3.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
My question is does Misha get involved with it?
No, Misha right now is saying whatever's the decision of the county board and following the guidelines. But once again, it's recommendations
There you go.
from the county executive and the Department of Health. So it's not a mandate; it's a recommendation, and that's how they're able to go about it.
What's that line from that movie Pirates of the Caribbean about guidelines?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's-
Parlay.
Yep.
Parlay's not necessarily the law. It's more of a
It's
recommendation.
just, they're just guidelines. They're not really rules.
Do you perceive that
code.
more schools in the county are going to go move this direction?
It's going to get very interesting very quickly, I think. And talking to a lot of the ADs, there's a lot of superintendents that are not going to go down that road.
Right.
They don't want to take any chances or anything along those lines.
CYA.
I do. Yeah, exactly. And I know that there's, some private schools that have kind of put some feelers out there, some other private schools. So I'm not sure how this is all going to play out. But at the press conference this morning, Dr. Page he's digging his heels in, and he really is making it a point to tell these schools that they need to consider moving the fall to the alternative fall schedule in the spring. And I will tell you this much: that's not a good. That the ADs do not want to go that direction. There's a lot of different variables that we can get into later on, but there are a lot of different things that are in that just don't play well with the coaches, with the ADs, and especially the student athletes.
Hey, Jim, one more, and you don't have to answer this, but I'm curious. So, DeSmet's ranked 16th nationally, week 1 in football. You've got several D1 athletes, whether it's Ohio State, Mizzou, some other Power 5 conferences. Have they said anything, or have you heard anything? I mean, just that program, and I mean, you could talk about CBC too, but when you hear that a nationally ranked high school team getting shut down completely, I was just curious if they talked about anything.
I haven't heard anything yet on what they're going to do. I know they were supposed to play CBC last Friday night, and in High School Football America, it was the number 1 and number 3 teams in the state of Missouri. Mm-hmm. And so, you look at that, you brought up, DeSmet. They're supposed to play East St. Louis 2 weeks ago, supposed to play CBC last week. They're supposed to play Rockhurst later on this year. I mean, their schedule was just absolutely unbelievable. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I still say that they were the odds-on favorite in Class 6 to win the state championship, win back-to-backs.
Those would have been some heck of football games, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's absolutely no doubt about it. So, I mean, nobody really knows. I know John Pacala, the AD at DeSmet, made a comment to one of the newspapers today saying that as of right now, legally and talking to their legal counsel, it's probably not the right thing to do to try and push the issue with the guidelines and everything that's coming through.
Okay.
Awesome.
Should we take a break?
Yeah, we probably
I
should.
think we probably should. Yeah, there's a lot of information here to digest.
So there you go. There you have it. There you are. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Coach's Box.
This is Chris Miller from the Coach's Box, and if you're needing some gear for your teams, or you're needing some hats embroidered, or you just need some custom masks done or something like that, I've got the hookup for you, and that's Look at That Shirt. No, I'm not telling you to look at that shirt. It's the name of the business, Look at That Shirt. They offer a wide range of services from screen printing to transfers, embroidery, sublimated items, which are great for personalized gifts for weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, baby showers, or just to say how stinking great you actually are, or someone else. The best part about Look at That Shirt is their service. They provide quality you'd expect from a huge company, but also the service and satisfaction you feel as if you're their only client. So the next time you or someone you know is looking for some printing to be done, you can tell them to look at that shirt. And you need to give them a call at 573-598-4207 or simply follow their Facebook page, Look at That Shirt LLC. Trust me, you won't regret it.
Jefferson College is my first choice.
My first choice to launch a successful career, not just a job.
My first choice for classes that are guaranteed to transfer toward my major.
Affordable career programs, 2-year transfer, and high school dual enrollment courses.
Begin the path to a great career without paying a 4-year college price.
Jefferson College is my first choice.
My first choice.
Make Jefferson College your first choice for a great education.
We are back here ready for round 2 of the Coach's Box tonight. We are live from the press box here at St. Pius High School, and we should have left the lights on, shouldn't we? We should have totally left the lights on, and that would have been super cool.
Yeah, except we don't have public school money. We can't just.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Out there.
Yeah. Sorry, Jim Lane. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
We're not allowed to do that.
Well, Chris Miller, we're going to start our second round here.
Well,
and,
Ray, we're calling an audible.
Because
Audible. We had to look at the show notes. Are you ready for trivia?
You forgot. I can roll trivia. That's no problem.
hang on
I
a
should just
second.
leave this on.
How do you do trivia without your
Oh, you
boards?
see what have our boards today?
Yeah, I do. You know what? Let's skip that for right now because they're over there.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what we
They're,
do?
they're hiding behind the
Okay,
cooler.
audible on the audible.
Omaha.
Check
Omaha. Omaha.
What's they call the checkout?
There you
Jarvis?
go.
Shaq, kill.
Now, I will say
Hey,
this.
what you guys is calling that?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, so
Not that I know anything about football.
It's kick it away. Kick it away.
We don't audible.
You can tell us now. It's not like we're gonna. Never mind. So
now I will tell you this.
Oh man,
too soon.
This has to be the flip
That
the
one
hat
hurts.
flip the hat segment. So flip the hat. And I'm going to tell you why we're flipping the hat.
Frontwards or backwards?
Nope.
Oh, who's
It's
on now?
actually for Jim Powers because Jim Powers actually has his hat flipped as well.
That's right.
So, in fact, I'm going to just do
I
it
need
this
to read
way.
the show notes.
Let's do that. Let's do that. There we
You
go.
got a hat, do you?
How about that? So Jim has his hat flipped here, and we'll see each other here,
Well,
in
here in
just
a little
second.
bit. Wait
on
for
the
it.
there's about a 20-second delay there
Oh.
going out to Roku and all that fun
that's
stuff.
because it's private school
But,
internet. But
No. Wow.
well, they were just taking digs on us.
Wow.
Okay, Kevin Halley, if you're watching.
Wow. So Jim Powers has got his hat backwards. Jim, and why do you have your hat backwards tonight?
In honor of Chris Miller. You know what? Every chance I've gotten on a couple broadcasts and that, I've had to throw a shot out at Jarvis and Miller. So this is
Man.
I apologize, and I'm
Don't.
going to wear my hat backwards for this segment just for Chris Miller.
Hey, you know what, Jim? You don't have to apologize for anything. If you want to just drag me through the mud, that's fine. I've got broad shoulders. I can take it. It's not a big deal. I got to be around these guys, so it doesn't bother me at all.
Jim, I don't
Well,
know
I'm
if you.
sure I'm sure there have been a few shots thrown my way as well, so it's all good.
Well, there was one on the line here a minute ago. Wants to know when you're going to get that Chelsea flag off your wall.
Let's see, who was that? That
Bohr.
was,
Mr. Bohr. Mr. Bohr.
Yeah, that was Bohr. Yeah, tell him when he buys me who just won the Premier
Liverpool.
League? Liverpool. When he buys me a Liverpool flag, I'll
Liverpool?
change it out.
Soccer.
It's not even this country.
It's
I don't even.
soccer.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there was a
Hey,
soccer
if
game on.
Liverpool's owned by Americans.
Is it?
Hey,
Yeah, that's great.
All I'm going to say is
Soccer.
one thing I did
America
learn a lot about
owns
during
Liverpool.
quarantine. One thing I learned a lot about during quarantine was the Premier League. So
Yep.
because that was the only live sports on for nearly 2 months.
There's only one good thing that soccer does, and I don't know how this works. But if you're really bad, they demote your whole team and program,
Relegation and promotion.
whatever that is,
Yeah.
whatever the hell it is. But I think they should do that in other sports. That'd be great.
I'd love to see
Hey,
the
in
NFL go to
conference?
40 teams and watch Jerry Jones actually crapping his pants
Yeah, that'd
at
be
his
cool.
age, which is very possible. And they get sent down to the second division.
So them and the Browns.
Yeah,
So
well,
when you say you're taking the Browns, you're not. You're not.
Oh
at
my
all.
God!
literally.
Yeah, you guys are.
Rails gone.
I mean, heck, put LSU. It's not like those guys didn't
Speaking
make
of the
enough
NFL,
money.
I was going to say they take a pay cut, don't
They
they?
take a pay cut to go to the NFL.
Dan Boyer just chimed in and said this group here reminds him of the Saturday Night Live skit, The Bears.
The Bears. You're the greatest team ever. 85 Bears.
It's off the rails.
That sounds like a commercial idea right there.
I like it.
Oh, I like it.
There's another good commercial.
All right, so let's move on to our show notes here.
What's that?
Okay, let's talk about the Cardinals. We just had them on. I think they're losing,
4-0.
4-0.
but we
right
put it
now.
back on us so we can see how
Yeah.
fat other people look.
Who's sneaking in over there?
They were down 4-0.
Yeah.
4-0.
4-0.
Some soccer
Yeah.
parlance.
What? Someone trying to.
Lawrence Cronin.
Oh man! We got an imposter over here. Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
we're on the air. That's right. In case you don't know, Lawrence Croninger is one of our
main sponsors.
main
by the
sponsors
way.
for the show has showed up, and he is definitely giving Coach Jarvis a hard time about the jacket he's wearing.
Hey, I don't care. I go to Pie. I'll go anywhere with this jacket. I'm proud to be a black guy.
That's good. That's good. You should have that pride.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good stuff. Anyway, so yeah, the Cardinals, they definitely laid an egg last night. They won the first game of the doubleheader tonight. Wayno pitched,
Yep.
and then they're losing 4-0. And they just don't hit.
Boring.
It is kind of boring to watch. It's almost as boring as watching a soccer game.
For the uneducated.
Not our St. Pius Lancers who just won. beat Festus.
Lancers look good.
They look
tonight,
good.
running
I
their
don't
record.
even know anything about it. They just look good.
I didn't even
4-1,
realize, I
ranked
didn't
fifth.
realize my alma mater had soccer.
4-1
Festus
team,
even
ranked
had
fifth in
soccer
the
until
small
I
school
came over
poll.
here.
That's good. Anyway, back to a sport here in America.
It's even money. Lawrence has locked us up in.
Probably.
Here. Yeah.
He probably did.
He probably did.
That's okay.
Who's going to jump out and go down the bleachers?
Jarvis.
Jarvis, not it. I already know it goes. So, anywho,
Well, we were talking about this earlier. Chris and I were talking. I think the biggest thing is it's two-sided. We either pitch really well
yeah.
and don't hit, or we hit really well and don't pitch well.
Yeah.
So it's like
We don't have any hitters.
I saw.
Well, I mean, Goldschmidt's a good hitter,
Goldschmidt's
but
doing well.
there's nobody in the line to protect him.
No.
There's nobody there. Who else are you afraid of when they come up to bat?
The guy in left field.
What? O'Neal? Yeah, if you're into a fist fight or had to do some kind of deadlift competition, that's great. He's not even hitting 200. He's below. He might be below
Carlson.
Mendoza
Oh
line.
wait, he's
He's down the alternate
down.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say down.
He's on assignment.
He's on assignment.
He's on shooting. He's on a shooting.
He's on a shoot.
He's taking a shooty.
Kevin.
I didn't say that. That was your own brother right there.
I had emails the other night, and I had a bunch of shooties. It was,
Oh wait, sorry. Must have been a St. Louis emos.
Kevin Halley's got a question into us here. Let's see, who are you taking in a fight? One big Ditka or a bunch of
mini Ditkas.
mini Ditkas?
Nah, I'm going with the old man.
I'm going to stay away from that one. Huh?
The old man. I know where he was going with this. I'm just going to stay away from it.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Well, I go back to the other game. They have runner on. It's 8th inning, runner off second base.
Oh, with those new weirdo rules?
Well, which I like, but why are you taking Yachty out and you're going to put Bader in? I mean, and not. I mean, put down a bunt. I don't get it.
Do you agree with bunting?
Yeah.
Small ball.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Hey,
There's a
all you
guy
gotta-
on second base with
Nobody out.
I'm bunting him
Yes.
over.
Well, they
Who
tried.
works on bunting?
They tried. Well,
Not the
exactly.
Cardinals.
Not-
Listen, that
Not
comes from
the
the guys that kicks off twice in a
Yeah,
football
did you
game.
kick off twice? What are you telling your kids?
Well, my son's the star kicker, so
It's stats.
Nepotism.
Nepotism stats.
Get some film.
Yeah,
Build
whatever you
some-
got to do.
He
Build
can't
some film.
kick it but like 20 yards, so I mean, no.
If he kicks it further than anybody else, you can make it look like
Like I said on my tirade,
Dan Boyer,
make it easy. You're
Dan
either
Boyer
getting the
chimed in.
ball or you're kicking.
Fair enough.
Dan Boyer says Mendoza line used to be the bottom. On this team, it's the bar.
That's
It's,
true.
uh,
That's
Very
true.
good.
Yeah, I mean, because they don't hit at all. They are so bad.
About the only way I'd have won money betting on the Cardinals this year would have been if I would have bet they would have caught COVID worse than anybody else. Because
Well, they did.
you know Carlos was going to be involved in that somehow.
Yeah, his
Shots-
injury was just an injury. They didn't even say he had anything. That's what it is. So, yeah, we all think that I think they're really wasting this season where other teams are taking advantage of trying to make a run. When you have an expanded playoff and you're not trying to at least make the playoffs and get into the bubble or whatever the heck they're going to do, You're wasting it. It's a season you're wasting with your guys.
Guys, I've got breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Who died?
Hold on. It's not. No, it's not who
Okay.
died.
Okay,
And,
that's
and
good.
I got this breaking news before Jim Powers, which is kind of scary.
Uh-oh.
So hold on. Let me throw this little thing up here right here. Oh,
Sam Page?
It's not working. It's not working.
Sam Page
But I will
did what?
I will throw that up. Here
Sam
it is.
Baker- Sam
It's
Baker.
and
Dr. Page.
and
He's a doctor.
I've got him. Oh wow.
A lot of
He's
people
got
go to
Sam
school
Page.
for 7
He's got
years.
Sam Page. He's got him live.
He's called in.
Live.
You sons of guns.
Live on live stream STL.
I do not have Sam Page on here.
Oh,
It
well.
would
But
be
I will-
great if you did.
But I will say this, and I'm going to open up Jim Powers' line here real quick,
Uh-oh.
and the guys here. So
We're waiting here. Your
This is
suspense
from
killing me.
Jeff Whitener. So this is
Uh-oh.
these are
Uh-oh.
tweets, I believe,
From Main Street
Parkway West, Principia, Priory Summit, Trinity, Webster Groves, Westminster, Whitfield, Coriezu, Narings Hall, St. Joseph, Ursuline, Villa Duchesne, Visitation, Incarnate Word. Teams that do not opt to spring can appeal to the MSHA board to be allowed in later. Schools that will not opt on 9/17, Afton, CBC. Hold on.
Wait for it.
I've got more stuff coming in as we get. Afton, CBC, Chaminade, DeSmet, Slough, Vianney, Clayton, Eureka, Burroughs, Kirkwood, Ladue, Lafayette, Lindbergh, Lutheran North, Lutheran South, Marquette, Melville, Country Day, Oakville, Parkway Central, Parkway North, Parkway South, Brentwood, Maplewood, Hancock, Valley Park, Hazelwood Central, Hazelwood East, Hazelwood West, McClure, McClure North, McClure Stem, Pattonville, Rittner, Riverview Gardens, Jennings, University City, schools that have opted for the alternate fall as of 9/16. Bishop DeBerg, Cardinal Ritter, St. Mary's, Carnahan, Cleveland, Confluence,
I can't
Crossroads.
follow all this.
I know there's a lot of
My ADD medicines were off.
Ray, I can,
Can you say that again?
here's the thing. At
Ray,
the
I
end-
can make it. I can make it real easy for you.
There he
Good.
summarized.
Hey, Jim, bail me out here,
Brevity.
Jim, because we got breaking news. Tell us what that means.
Well, I knew about this at 3:30 this
Oh,
afternoon.
what the heck?
Why are you holding back, Jim?
You are no
I was
longer invited.
waiting. I was following the show script. I was following.
Listen, Jim. We don't
Nobody
follow
does
a
that.
script.
It's off
we
the
put,
rails.
We put the thing out there, and these guys don't even look at it half the time. Well, what are we talking about? We'll put a show notes out there, and then we never follow it. So go ahead.
From the list that I've received from the ADs in St. Louis, there's 11 of 58 schools that are going to opt in, all the for the most part, to the alternative fall schedule in the spring. The other schools,
We lost him.
Oh,
There he is. Say it again.
There he
Say it
is.
again. Say it again.
the
other
other schools are going to maintain where they're at in hopes that they're going to be able to play. And yes, they can make an appeal to MSHA if they're not able to play and go to the spring schedule. But I'm going to tell you right now, like I mentioned, a little bit ago, a lot of ADs, a lot of coaches, they do not want to go that direction. There's just way, way too many logistical nightmares that fall into that. But yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of jockeying around for position, so to say, over the next couple days. But I'm going to tell you, that's where I go with the transparency and the numbers. Dr. Page doesn't know what this alternative fall schedule is. He doesn't know that the schools don't want to go that direction. And when you've got 11 of 58 schools in the county that are going to go to the spring, that's almost 60%, 70% of those schools.
Yeah.
Wow. I like how you said though. He doesn't know. It's just what is this what is this football? What is sports you speak of?
You can say he
You
doesn't
shouldn't
know,
do it.
period.
Whatever it is.
He does know about cross country.
He does know about cross country though, Jim. Isn't that right?
He does.
Easy.
Hey, I am a coach of cross country. I'm all about it, so it's all good.
So I'm just saying.
So 11 schools are opting
To go
They've
to spring.
already
to go to
already
spring.
made the
Only 11?
declaration.
11 to 58 in St. Louis County.
So that leaves 47 that aren't going.
Wait, Boar, what's the math?
Hey, my Festus Tiger math worked.
Carry the two.
How did
yeah.
you get to play football? Said by the smart kid.
But that's what I'm like. Okay, I don't think that's a huge number opting to the spring then.
It's not.
Ridiculously
So,
low
I think
number.
the biggest thing in that came out of that was they're all going to appeal if they don't get to play in the next
And then they'll play in the
2 or
spring.
3 weeks, and they're going to play in the spring.
So I got
Maybe.
the question. I got a question, and this is for Jim, real quick, and I'll throw this up here real quick.
I got a question
My
for it,
question
too.
is if they opt out right. What is it? It's this week. Will they be able to? If they were still playing, can they still opt out and then play again in the spring? How does that work?
As long as they haven't used their weeks, and the football coach in the room there knows this, and I know Shooty knows this as well. You have 17 weeks that you can actually participate in, a fall sport, so to say. As long as they don't go over those 17 weeks, say somebody gets shut down now and they can't finish out the season, they absolutely can go into the spring if they want to. And that's the big thing. That's if they feel that they can do it, they can use whatever remaining weeks they have to play in the spring. And that's the way it was explained to me by the folks out at Misha.
And now is the
there
spring
is that possibility?
Is the spring going to be a certain? Did they stipulate how many weeks that's going to be for the alternate fall?
From my understanding, they can start practice mid-February, start playing games mid-March, and they need to be finished by, I believe, the last week of April, because then the alternative spring schedule will then start May 5th and run all the way through June 28th.
So does that include? So that's probably
the spring sports at that point.
14 weeks. Is that 14?
Yeah.
You said
Right
start
around that
practice
point,
in-
yeah.
Start practice in February?
Mid-February.
Mid-February.
That's
It's not. There's nothing else going on during that time.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what
Oh.
I'm confused at how that will work.
How
So-
many? Well,
Winter
let's
sport
look
going
at
on.
your
Nothing going
teams,
on for
Jason.
them.
How many of your basketball players also play football?
Well, I mean, there's
Quite a few.
Quite
Two-thirds
a
of
few.
them?
I mean, I had 9 people at Open Gym the other night, and because the football players, if they come, I just let all they can do is shoot, and so yeah, I mean, that's half my. I mean, I got about 8 kids, and that's half of them or more.
Half.
I'd
for
say
you?
2/3. Yeah.
I mean, it's over 2/3 probably.
Yeah, you wouldn't-
Or kids who play soccer. I mean, it's the same thing.
And at most small schools in the county, it's probably going to be the same percentage.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
so
difference is
something-
between some of those schools that
They're huge.
They're huge.
Yeah.
Not kids do both. I mean, football and basketball, though. If you're that much of a stud, I guess you're going to play both. But to me, this is the stupidest damn thing I ever heard. Okay, but make a decision. You can't have some kids playing in the fall and then some kids playing in the spring. We're going to have 2 different state championships.
No, I thought they were only having 7 games and that was it.
So they're just going to play in the
There's no
spring.
state-
There's
yeah.
nothing.
Just to get
And they
tape.
can't. It's not like they're going to be on everybody else in the state schedule that's doing fall sports now. They're going to be done, but then they're still on that alternative schedule the rest of the year. So it's not like they can jump from alternative fall into regular winter to alternative
Yeah,
spring.
why
play?
It doesn't work that. Work
So
like
if
that.
you're
Yeah,
a kid,
and guys,
crazy.
here's the other thing too, and this is one of the main reasons why this isn't going to work. If you look at and volleyball and baseball are going to be the 2 big things here. Club volleyball, when are all of their tournaments? When are all of their recruiting opportunities for the college coaches? In the spring. That's where a lot of these coaches in the St. Louis County area, volleyball-wise, they are struggling with that because they know that they're going to lose kids to club volleyball because the way the rule is written, you cannot play club and high school during the same season.
Yeah.
Same thing with baseball. You can't play club baseball like Legion baseball, Slava. You can't play that while you're playing your high school.
Well, how are you going to play high school football and high school basketball at the same time? That ain't going to work. So.
Well, how are you going to play high school football and play baseball? Or how are you going to?
Yeah,
how's your baseball? Your high school baseball going to go into your select, which your parents have paid X amount of dollars to do, and you're getting more look. Listen, at the end of the day, club volleyball and select baseball or Legion baseball has done more for kids. And I mean, kids or parents think that for sure. To go and play at the next level than high school sports. So what happens is if you got to pay that money to play, you're going to go do that. You're not playing high school sports. And at the end of the day, it's going to kill high school sports by allowing this to happen.
Absolutely.
For at least a
No,
year.
no,
Yeah.
No, it's going to kill it.
You're absolutely right.
Because why would you do it?
Absolutely right.
You can play. There's no limitations on games. It's the same thing that we've talked about with other coaches when you're talking about affiliate membership with basketball. You only get to play so many games in basketball. But if you go and play an AAU circuit, you can play as many games you want, and you get to play everywhere in front of any kind of scouts, coaches, whatever. You don't get that same kind of exposure playing with your high school team. But you do get that with your club. You do get that with your select or your legion. You don't have the same kind of limitations that Misha puts on when you're playing those sports. So why would you do it? If it's my kid, and my kid is any remotely, even a tweener, a kid who could go up or maybe has a chance of playing next level, I'm going to say you're playing the club. You're playing the select. Because, number one, we paid for it. It costs money. And number two, this is probably your best shot.
Of getting exposure.
Yes.
And that's what it comes down to.
As much as I hate to say it.
Right.
And we had this conversation about would you play the high school game or not? No, if this is your opportunity, I'm going to say no.
He's got a question here.
Well, now, but here's the other thing, and Borer's got a very good question. Shocking, but he's got a good question.
Shocker.
Wow.
He asked if National Signing Day for football is in the beginning of February. Yes, it is. Now earlier today, the NCAA came down, and the recruiting dead period is still a dead period until the end of the calendar year. So now the Council of Commissioners for all the D1 schools need to make a decision on what they're going to do with National Signing Day. Are they going to move it, or are they going to keep it? And so there's a whole big trickle-down effect to all this, especially with a lot of the states. There's 13 states and 14 states that are playing football in the spring already.
Yeah.
But again, now Jim, I don't know if you watched the show when we had this when Blair had this. We disagreed.
Blair got mad at me.
Yeah. If you're a blue chip kid
Shocking.
and you have to play a spring football schedule, would you, or you can go and play the
go to spring football at your college that you're going to go to.
What would you do?
I'm going to tell you right now, the kids 9 times out of 10, they're going to go early because a lot of times these kids have already made the decision. They're going to graduate.
If they're that good,
you listening?
Yeah, are you
they're
here
that good, they're
you
already
brought
gone.
Jim as your muscle, and your muscle just thumped you.
Yeah, you're going to see a big
Recognize.
bump in gray shirts
Well, I mean,
out of those schools.
Yeah, if I'm a blue chip guy, there ain't no way I'm playing high school. If I'm already in, know that I'm in the top 10 recruits in national football, in football here in America, to go to one of these colleges.
Real football.
Why would I? Why? No, I'm not going to. What if I blew my knee out in high school? I'm done.
Yeah.
No.
Jarvis just hit it on the head. He just nailed it on the head, and that's why also a lot of college coaches, if say the athlete hasn't got his enough credits to graduate early, and they've got to go to second semester, that college coach is not going to let those kids 9 times out of 10 play a spring football schedule. It's just not going to happen, and that's why. That's
now a lot of us coaches are worried about this because we don't have blue.
Yeah, we don't have that.
We don't have these blue chips.
But Jim,
what's
what's really funny is I think I said the same thing. I said Nick Saban's calling and saying you ain't playing or you ain't playing here.
But if you also remember, Zach and I's argument with this was if we played and they played in the fall and they know they could play in the spring and graduate early, how would that affect them if those schools are going to go and play spring football? Like,
because
the Big Ten.
We were still at the time, the Big Ten was going to go in spring.
This is a fluid situation. I don't know if we.
This is
fluid. Is very fluid.
Isn't that the name of the show?
Fluid. Yeah, that's our show notes. They're very fluid too.
They're very fluid.
It's COVID affected. Because it's very fluid.
Well, Jim, I have that.
Can't
thing
let Dr. Page on the show.
That Illinois just came out. Yeah, was it yesterday or day before yesterday?
The Socialist Republic,
saying that they were going to go ahead and they took off the limitations of 2 games a week for winter sports. Did you see that come out a couple days ago?
Yeah, they did that for especially for baseball in the spring. And once again, I'm glad they made that decision. When I was down visiting with you guys about a month ago, we talked about that, and I was, really not pleased with them doing that to those kids in the spring that already lost their spring schedule last year. So at least they've come around with that. But in that same release, they also reaffirmed that if you play club volleyball, you cannot play you can't play high school volleyball in the spring. You can't do any of that stuff. So the same rules are in effect over in Illinois as they are here in Missouri. So, that's what a lot of these schools and a lot of the coaches and ADs, that's the weighing part of whether they want to go to the spring or whether, they're just going to say, if we can't play, we can't get it in, because you've got that situation. You've got the football situation we just talked about. You've got the logistics. There, a lot of schools are short-staffed to begin with. There's just no way that schools can cover that kind of stuff. And the unfortunate thing is Dr. Page doesn't understand that side of it. He doesn't understand what the ADs would have to go through.
You're talking about you talk at our school like Herky size. Our head football coach is the head wrestling coach and is an assistant track coach. You have me, I'm the head basketball coach, but I'm a varsity assistant football coach.
You coach basketball?
Yeah, you know that? And then, I could go on and on with the guys that we have that coach multiple
You just made me make a huge mistake. I'm so sorry.
That was funny.
Did you just hang up?
Did Jim just get hung up on?
No.
But you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
still here, Jarvis. I'm still here.
Schools in Jefferson County, most of us, we are multiple. I mean, I'm every three. I mean, all these schools down here, heck, we can't get people to coach. So, well, because they're of a multitude of things we can get into. But
for another show.
What are we going to, I mean,
After show.
what are these small schools supposed to do then? I mean, it's.
We don't have to worry about that here, though, in Jefferson County as much as the St. Louis County schools.
The COVID stops at the Arnold Water
But
Tower. Everybody knows that.
Even the St. Louis schools, though, I mean, there's a lot of coaches that coach more than one sport.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely, Jason. And that's the biggest thing that the ADs are saying, too. You've got a lot of football coaches that are track coaches. You've got a lot of the softball coaches that also coach baseball. You've got a lot of the boys soccer coaches that coach girls soccer in the spring. So that's the other side of it is now you're asking coaches to pick and choose. And that's nearly impossible because kids, but there's not enough coaches to go around.
Not enough kids
to coach these kids up.
Yeah, and if you're a smaller school in the county, like Jason's saying, class 2 or 3 or whatever, you're dealing with these. These are real problems for you, not only with coaches, a limitation on your coaches because they do multiple things, but they don't have the kids that a huge school like Kirkwood has. It's like, oh, well, so-and-so isn't playing? Okay, well, we just got this kid. He would normally been cut, but now he can fill in and have this other kid.
One of our best football players is a sub for me, in basketball. Or one of my, one of the best baseball players is, Jordan Duncan. Here's a good example.
Yeah.
Stud baseball player, if he was also pretty darn good at basketball.
So
what are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with kids like that are going to have now and they're going to pick this sport.
And I don't think that's fair. Especially after what we just watched with this last spring with kids losing their seasons. Now they have to decide, am I playing this sport or am I playing that sport? And
am I playing select?
Yeah, I'm playing select.
I think that's probably going to be the biggest issue is, am I going to play club or am I going to play high school? And then I think the club and the AAU and the select will be perfectly fine.
Well, they're going to win. They're winning.
Right.
Okay, they're winning.
Right.
We're not winning as high schools.
No.
Our high school sports are not winning against club and select and everything else. Right. Those kids are going to go play because the kids who want to play, they're practicing. They're going to go and play those. We're not getting the same kids, and we do. We're getting kids. It's like who've done that. So I think it's a terrible thing that our kids have, and parents and our coaches have to deal with, and the fact that it's all based on politics.
And here's what I'm going to
political decisions. I'm sorry.
Here's what I'm also going to tell you. I think that this is going to be an effect for many years to come now.
Sure.
Do you think?
Oh yeah, because
absolutely.
I think you're going to put these kids in a position now where they're going to start going, oh, well, I don't have to play for my high schools. I can go play select, and I can play 90 games compared to 25.
But I think they do that anyway.
Well, they're not going to be able to do it as much, and they're going to see that there's going to be much more rewards to playing those 90 games than playing 25.
Sure.
And
if I'm a blue chip basketball player, then I'm probably not going to play football anymore. I'm just going to play basketball.
Well, I think that might happen.
That's what's going to happen.
I think that will. I think you might see more specialization more than what it already is. But I don't think you're going to sit here and say a basketball player is only going to do AAU, because once again the rule is you can't play AAU and select during the basketball season.
Basketball is probably going to be the least affected sport because it's in the winter. When we were talking about what's happening though is you're putting spring sports, especially baseball. Baseball is getting the run into the whole deal. They got it last year, and so did track and field. But baseball is really getting it because baseball coaches, and I know we have several who watch. They already know that there is a danger of losing your kids. You already have kids who go and pay all winter and do hitting coaches, not necessarily with you, or they're select coaches, and now all of a sudden. They're reeling them in. They're going to win that battle. And let's put it like this: if I'm not a very good baseball program, all right, and we're not very good, and I've got one kid who's pretty good, and he plays select.
He's gone.
And what would you do? Would you play with no protection as a baseball team? Go ask Goldschmidt right now. He's probably really second guessing that whole contract extension. He has nobody around him to help him hit.
Right.
I'm going to go play select. My numbers look a lot better playing select ball with other guys who can hit than playing with my high school team with no protection.
Yeah.
Right. Just saying.
Oh, you got blared.
I got blared? Really, Ray?
You got it.
Wow.
Really, Ray?
Really?
Blared.
I'm sorry, man.
You
got me in South.
I got to pay the bills.
You got blared last week too, right there with that cup.
You see
That cup, he blared you.
Oh,
Yep. You don't ever get Jarvis. So
well, first off, hey, it's better to be blared and win the cup than be Jarvis and never win the cup.
hey, but they hadn't won either. Don't leave that Blue Jay out.
He's not talking smack.
Well, I tend to do that once in a while.
A couple times.
Oh, goodness.
I have no smack to talk to
Ray's
you.
got to pay the bills. We already
Got to pay the bills. You're watching the Coach's Box.
Pay 'em
We'll be
up.
right back.
I'm about to get teed up. What? I'm talking to them. I'm not talking to you. Are you kidding me? You're throwing me out of a summer league game? I'm not Riley Blair. I'm not going anywhere. Keep the free throws. Shoot the cops. Join us. Coach's Box, 7 p.m. live from Las Vegas. Tuesday night. See you there.
Since their inception in 1980, SMCI has always been about high integrity and treating people the way you would want to be treated, just like family. Mostly known as a commercial contractor, SMCI has now decided to give the family treatment to everyone. They are now opening their residential department to the public as Home by SMCI so everyone can experience the home treatment. Everyone deserves maximum comfort in their very own home. Isn't it time you come home? Contact SMCI at 636-337-4444 or on the web at homebysmci.com.
Dr. Craig Rubel is an orthopedic surgeon and fellowship-trained sports medicine specialist who cares for all athletes of all ages, performing total joint replacements, knee and shoulder arthroscopies, and general orthopedic procedures such as fracture treatment and carpal tunnel releases. Visit rubelortho.com or call 636-933-7400.
Jones Animal Health Clinic, taking care of the furry family members in your life. Walk-ins are always welcome. Visit the Jones Animal Health Clinic at 1237 Truman Boulevard in Crystal City or on the web at jonesanimalclinic.com or call 636-937-9000.
You've seen the bumper stickers, you know, like I brake for garage sales, I brake for dolphins, or I brake for aliens. If your State Farm agent had a bumper sticker, it would probably say I brake for auto insurance. Because your agent's always ready to stop and listen to you, so you get the coverage you need to help life go right. That's why people have trusted State Farm with their auto insurance for more than 90 years. So next time you have a break, let's talk.
Jefferson College is my first choice.
My first choice to launch a successful career, not just a job.
My first choice for classes that are guaranteed to transfer toward my major.
Affordable career programs, 2-year transfer, and high school dual enrollment courses. Begin the path to a great career without paying a 4-year college price.
Jefferson College is my first choice.
My first choice.
Make Jefferson College your first choice for a great education.
Hey everyone, this is Chris Miller from the Coach's Box, and if you're needing some gear for your teams, or you're needing some hats embroidered, or you just need some custom masks done or something like that, I've got the hookup for you, and that's Look at That Shirt. No, I'm not telling you to look at that shirt. It's the name of the business, Look at That Shirt. They offer a wide range of services from screen printing to transfers, embroidery, sublimated items, which are great for personalized gifts for weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, baby showers, or just to say how stinking great you actually are, or someone else. The best part about Look at That Shirt is their service. They provide quality you'd expect from a huge company, but also the service and satisfaction you feel as if you're their only client. So the next time you or someone you know is looking for some printing to be done, you can tell them to look at that shirt. And you need to give them a call at 573-598-4207 or simply follow their Facebook page, Look at That Shirt LLC. Trust me, you won't regret it.
I wonder what Coach Jarvis is up to.
Jason! What's up? What's up? Man! Oh, hang on a minute. I got a call from Blair. What's up?
What am I doing? I'm sitting here watching the Coach's Box.
This must be a wrong number.
What's up?
We are back here for round 3 of the Coach's Box here, and we're just having an amazing time here out at St. Pius at the press box. And the guys are they threw another audible at me. We are gonna do trivia.
Yeah, we were on the board.
You know, got the boards.
We were just supposed to do it a long time ago.
Sorry. Hey, listen, I can't do the show notes we never follow and do this.
Cranium Cup trivia we start here with, and we've got, oh, Lordy, what's going on over here?
Well, I don't want him getting his hand all sullied while we're writing the winning name.
Okay, all right.
He's got help over there.
And he's got help. And I'm gonna allow.
I'm the one that so to say.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna allow Jim Powers to give us the categories here, and the categories again
Ping
are
pong.
as follows:
Badminton,
Curling.
snowboarding,
There
synchronized
we go.
swimming.
County executives that don't suck.
Colors
Baseball.
ended purple.
Is it light purple?
Nameless objects.
The rails.
So we can't even do trivia because we're
Words
already
that
off the
rhyme with
rails.
suck.
Baseball, basketball,
We are going to
esports,
go back to more COVID talk, though.
football, golf,
I don't want to
hockey,
talk about COVID.
horse
Why?
racing, NASCAR, Olympics, soccer, and tennis.
Do not pick soccer or horse racing.
Jim. Chris Miller has spoken.
Oh, hold on. What's
Jim
he
ain't
want?
even
What
on.
do you want,
Jim
Jim?
ain't on.
Go ahead. What'd you say, Jim? I'm sorry.
Oh! You would be
It is.
cheering. Yeah.
Jim, I hope you do one of our games.
You don't know any soccer.
Yeah, I've learned a lot already.
Oh, Jim, I'm sorry. Is that a yellow card you're giving me? I don't even know what that means.
Speaking of yellow cards, we're
get
going to talk
red.
about red cards. Okay. The first question is, what is the record for red cards given in a single soccer game?
What are you doing?
I don't even know how many you can give.
Speak that language.
Hey,
again.
wait. What? No.
No, there's no tag team.
No.
No, this isn't WrestleMania. No. Soccer nerd. No.
Here's the question.
I tried
What
to-
is the record for red cards given in a single soccer game?
I'm with
Answers.
Yeah, with multiple choice, right?
I'm with Jameson
Answers.
Allen. Pick football.
Answers.
Answers.
24 red cards.
I don't even know what the rules are.
12 red cards. 6 red cards. Or 36 red cards. So it's 6, 12, 24, 36.
What was it? Say it again.
This
6,
is stupid.
12, 24, 36.
No way. In one game?
In one game.
The record?
Like
In one game.
One person or the whole team?
It can't
The
be
record
one person.
for the record for red cards given in a single soccer
Wait,
game.
And
I'm going to tell you, it was given out by
Joe West. I don't
No, it was not.
Jim Powers.
It was
What were the choices?
They were
6, 12, 24, 36.
Come on, baby.
The answer is 36.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh,
Hey, you're already out.
And I'm out.
You shouldn't have listened.
All right.
You say there's a chance.
Yeah.
Since you're out, you get to pick the next.
He's out.
It's
out.
out.
He's not mathematically eliminated.
Yeah.
It's not like the Cardinals.
Since you think you're out, you get to pick
Baseball.
the next.
Let's go.
Baseball.
Baseball.
Baseball trivia.
Kevin.
36.
Damn it.
Let's get this back online.
Hey, you got
the answer
You
out
can't say
there.
wordy dirts on here.
He's got the answer up there, dude.
What? We can't help it.
We're behind. We're behind.
Yeah, it's like a 30-second
Okay.
delay.
Who was the first player to reach 50 doubles and 50 home runs in the same season? 50 doubles and 50 home runs in the same season.
I got this.
Answer: Albert Bell, Babe Ruth, Alex Rodriguez, or Mark McGuire. Who was the first player to reach doubles, 50 doubles and 50 home runs in the same season?
What the heck?
Bell, Ruth, Rodriguez, or McGuire? Answers.
I really think I want to change it.
I don't know this one. Taking a stand.
And 3, 2, 1.
Go.
Get your answers up.
Well, maybe I'm changing it.
The answer is what you just changed to.
What the heck? What did you change to?
Bell.
No. Wait, you got it right?
He said A-Rod. So he's got 2.
Wait, is it Bell?
Is it Bell?
Is it Bell?
The answer is Albert Bell.
Albert Bell has 50 home runs.
Yeah.
Dude, were we just talking about who was talking about Albert Bell?
Jim Powers,
you
give
and
us
I were
another,
talking about
give us
Albert Bell.
another category here. Jim Powers, give us another category.
Oh.
2-0, man. What's
That
up
doesn't
with
matter.
this?
I've done this before.
Let him give us a
I've
category.
done this before.
Go ahead, Jim.
Things are going to change quickly. Esports.
Oh my God.
Esports, come on.
Kevin, $50 and I'll put the answers on.
Oh, here's
Kevin hacks the system.
Oh, imagine. Hey, wait. Imagine that. Another pious guy that has all the answers. I see how it is.
What are you
Ray.
trying to say about Shooty?
Oh,
Yeah, don't look at me.
he was on assignment.
here's a good one. What game championship in 1980 attracted more than 10,000 participants?
I bet I'm going to know this.
What game championship, Jim?
Oops, sorry.
What game championship in 1980 attracted more than 10,000 participants?
Or this one.
Answers: Asteroids, Pac-Man, Space Invaders, or Frogger.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is.
They just.
What
No,
game
80?
championship in 1980 attracted more than
I think it's this
10,000
one.
participants?
It's one of two.
Okay. Asteroids, Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Frogger. Answers.
Yeah.
Which one's the one? Hey, which one's the one that?
Didn't see this.
Oh, I think you
I
got to
don't
give
know.
your answer.
I might be wrong.
No.
I don't know.
The answer is Space Invaders.
Yeah, they had a
Nice.
Oh, you're on the board?
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, but we're all tied.
Oh, I got
He's
one.
got one.
You're not going to win this week?
Come on, Jarvis.
We'd
bring
have
it
to.
home.
He'd have to get it right.
No, he's got to get it wrong, and we got to get it right.
Yeah. It could
Okay.
be a
Okay.
four-way.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's down to this question. Come on, Jim!
What do you do if there's a four-way
Jim
tie?
Powers.
Basketball.
Jim Powers. Give us a category.
In honor of the U.S. Open being played this weekend.
Oh, my God, you stink!
Come on.
Golf.
I know nothing about
Something.
tennis.
Something 1996. Not like pre-96.
Right.
I don't know anything about golf. I know that I slice it.
Yeah.
One of these days, you got to play golf with us.
I know that I slice it.
It's a good one.
It's a good time.
Hey, I'm waiting for an invite to play golf with you.
Come
guys.
on down.
Come on
Hey.
down. We got free golfing.
Yes, we sure do.
got a
I'm
bunch
not
of
golfing anywhere with you.
Hey,
You
as
just
long
pick
as it
golf.
doesn't rain,
I
I'm
haven't
all
won
for it.
yet, and you just picked golf. I'm done with Jim Powers.
Oh, you remember that, Jim, whenever we're playing and you have that game.
Here's a good question. Who was the first golfer to reach $1 million in career earnings on the PGA Tour?
Tiger Woods.
Who was the first golfer to reach $1 million in career earnings on the PGA
So this
Tour?
will be an absolute guess if I get it right.
You're the winner.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Just make sure you don't get the same answer as he does.
I know.
Ray, hold on.
Ray, what'd you do?
Answers. Bobby Jones, Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, or Tiger Woods?
I got to put something different from you, so.
Well, I ain't telling you.
First,
You like running. What are you doing?
first golfer to
can
reach
see
$1
the
million
reflection.
In winnings.
in career earnings. PGA Tour.
Schrodinger. Happy Gilmore.
That's what I ought to put.
Are you so good for your home?
Answers.
Oh, my God.
Jones, Palmer,
ahead.
Nicklaus, or Woods? Go ahead. Go.
Jarvis, go.
Woods.
Jarvis,
I'm
go.
going.
Tiger. Woods. Tiger. The answer is Arnold Palmer, so none of you guys got it right.
So he's a winner.
He's the winner.
Yeah! About time.
Are you kidding me?
About dang time,
I gotta do
people.
this. We gotta let him have it.
Yeah,
we gotta let him have it.
Peaceful transfer of power.
At least it
I
stays
never
in
get
Black
to win
Cat
the
land.
cup. I never get to win it.
Put yourself some ice cream in there later tonight.
I don't know if I do that. You might get sick.
Now I got to be the ice cream in here.
Nice.
Jarvis, take back what you just said about me.
Well, I got it wrong, but I got it right. Wow, I did McVay.
Hey,
Now I can talk spec.
He's on the board.
He's on the board.
He's on the board.
On the board.
Jason
Wow.
Jarvis, right here. Speech.
There's no
Would you like to thank the Academy?
After my week this week, this
You
is
need
good,
Wow.
good stuff. Good win.
Hey, just don't take it
It's
to
only
school
Wednesday.
because it.
It's sitting on my desk this week.
Oh, you better make sure you disinfect it.
I'm pretty sure we're not the only school that has a case.
Matter of fact, why don't you just
saying.
keep it in your truck? I don't know. Can you take it home?
Finally a winner.
Prod.
Kevin Holly.
Hey, and it couldn't have happened at a better place than right here at St. Pius X.
Look what Bohr said. That's right. Bold prediction, baby. I told you.
You said I was. Oh yeah.
I
you
said
did.
one of you two are going to win this next 2 weeks.
Jarvis finally wins it.
That's right.
And I win it here. Well, I'm not going to say anything.
I was gonna say, keep it here.
So
Keep
many
it
things
right-
I want to
yeah,
say,
yeah.
but I'm not.
You better be thanking the guy upstairs.
Well, I did.
Schrodinger, he's downstairs. I'm sorry. Schrodinger is just downstairs.
You need to thank
I didn't go-
99.1 Joy FM.
I did go to church this weekend.
You
So.
did? You didn't?
I did.
Oh, that's good.
Did you put
I
those
went to a
joy
different
stickers on his
church
truck
even.
yet?
No.
Really?
I don't have any.
Our church was
Can you get
closed.
some? I don't have any joy stickers.
Where'd you go?
Where do I get those?
I went to
at?
Victory.
I wouldn't know.
Good for you.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's a totally different type of service than
A little
compared to what
different
I'm
vibe.
used to.
Sure.
Yep.
That's all right.
It was a good time.
All right.
Ray's just like, he didn't come to my church.
It's all right.
I've watched the Refuge on online.
On live stream
Yeah.
STL, right?
No, that's not on live stream.
No, that's not on live stream.
It's on the live
That's why I didn't say it. See?
It's on the Refuge.
Just like I just won.
Yeah.
I won something. Look at that.
See, boys?
I had such a good one. I'll leave that one
There you
alone.
go.
Jim Powers
I'm
is
happy.
cheering you
Let
on
me
right
be
there,
happy
man.
for once.
Yeah.
Let me be
I
happy.
finally
There you
beat
go.
you.
Hey,
Since
put it
you've-
right here, man.
Since you've got the blue and gold, I finally beat you. So
You beat me in the last couple years
On
at
your own-
Grandview.
on your own
Jeez.
turf, too.
Yeah, it's like kick me off down.
On his
We're
own turf.
definitely shooting the
Beat him
new
on his
coach.
own turf.
Yeah. Let's.
and Haley said this would be like me burning or something in here.
Uh-oh.
So I don't want.
Tilden Watson just got on.
Yeah.
Cup winner, Tilden.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
Now, make sure you don't lock us up.
He's like, I'll show you guys. You, can stay. You like it so much here, you can stay.
For those that haven't seen it online here, Kevin Holly, even a blind squirrel finds an acorn every now and then.
A win's
That's
a win.
awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
right. Win's a
Hey,
win.
it is.
That's
It
awesome.
is.
All right.
So you said we had some more COVID talk.
Well, I think we should go keep going talking about it. I mean, we were at a
I'm
good
sick
point.
of talking about it.
Well, I mean, it's hot topics.
Well, it is a lot about it.
I'm listening.
Jim, what do you got?
I'm very happy to be here.
Jim, do you have anything that you would like to maybe bring up or talk about?
Like rant part 2.
Well, we don't have enough time for that. Trust me. When I
Hey, you just need to show up on the show again, and then we'll do the after hours show. The outtakes is what we like to call it, and we'll definitely have some good rants.
That's where we make all of our commercials.
That's where we should make all our commercials.
no doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, the
TVMA.
biggest thing, and I said this last week when everything really hit the fan, last Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The biggest part of this whole thing that I don't agree with at all is that the decision making has been taken away from the parents, from the athletic directors, and from the superintendents. I have a big problem with that. The parents know the kids, the ADs know the kids, the superintendents know the ADs, and the decision-making power should be with them, not with one person making a unilateral decision, that is affecting so many people. And once again, I know we kind of talk a lot about football, but I mean, you've got the volleyball players that are being affected, the softball players that are being affected.
Cross country have been affected in some places.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. And so, let the parents make these decisions. And once again, we're all in it for safety. We get it. We understand it. You guys are living it on a daily basis as not only educators, but also as coaches. I deal with it at Maryville. When I'm on campus, we're in masks. We're now starting to get some practices in and different things along those lines. And we're preaching to our kids, do the right things and make the decision-making process easier for everybody by doing the right things. And I think that, taking that power away from the parents, it's an awfully slippery slope. Because I don't know if
the problem is, Jim, we can't control once they're out of our doors what they're going to do.
Well, but I go back to though, but when he's talking about doing the right things, when we had Coach Ginge on a few weeks ago, and he says, you know what, our guys are. You want us to do ABC, we're doing ABC. You move the goal line, you want us to do XYZ, we're doing XYZ. So what message is that sending the kids? That, hey, you are asking us to do all of these requirements, and they are being met, and yet we still can't play. I don't think that's sending the kids the right message going forward, definitely for them. What exactly are they learning? I don't think that's...
Well, they're learning they can follow the rules and still get screwed over.
Yeah.
Well, it's a true story. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Life,
and I get that. It is life. But at the same time, if you get to live another day, if you get to live another year, you get to try again. In high school, you only get 4 years. That's it. It's like, well, that's it, guys. There's no red shirt, fifth year senior stuff. That's it. It's over.
No,
thanks for playing
I
not.
I had a senior basketball player ask me at open gym last night. hey, Coach, I'm really worried, and are we going to have a season? And I'm like, I can't answer you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I don't
Right.
know.
Well, and our kids look to us for as much consistency. And let's be real. I mean, I've taught in public school. I understand that sometimes you are the most consistent person in that kid's life is a kid you're coaching. So whenever they're looking to you for guidance, they're looking to you for stability, and you can't offer that. You can't. You try to sell that with playing in your sport and being a part of your program. You don't get it.
No,
they don't. You can't give that to them.
No.
Now they're going, well, I don't want to play then. I mean, why do I want to come to school? Why do I want to do this stuff? And it goes right back to what we said. How many kids we lose? How many kids? You've said it yourself, Jason. How many times it's if I wouldn't have had sports, I wouldn't have made it. I would have been this would have been a different path.
I might have made it, but I wouldn't be a teacher.
Well, it definitely wouldn't be. It'd be a different path.
Different path. Yeah.
He wouldn't have won trivia tonight.
He wouldn't have won trivia.
That's
tonight.
right. That's the most
Why
important thing.
Why?
But I think
everybody knows he won.
I do believe that
It's a red letter day.
that it comes down to it is
This guy.
Our kids are the ones that are getting affected the most here. And at the end of the day, I mean, why are we in education? Why is anybody in education? It's for the kids, and it's definitely not for the money. And so I can guarantee you that.
Says the public school employees.
So,
Says the guy that works at Pepsi and makes twice what we do.
But I mean, I haven't been coaching for 13 years at Herky for no reason. I mean, you're there for the right reasons, and you're there for the kids. And at this point,
Not the Pepsi contract.
no.
I couldn't help it.
I do got that. I got
You got that? There you go.
That was funny.
I couldn't help it. It's
But-
there.
But
But
I mean,
you know what, guys?
our
I'm
hands
sorry,
are tied.
Riley.
Our hands are tied now, and we can't do anything about it. So that just it puts us in a bad spot. It really puts us in a bad spot here.
More breaking news.
So because as a coach, those kids look up to you.
Yeah.
They model whatever you're telling them. They try to do it. And I think that now we're
I
set
saw that.
out of that place.
We haven't talked about this. We took
saw the
we
Big
missed
Ten
we missed the
today,
Big
yeah.
Ten.
Well, you know what we did
Unconfirmed
do?
reports that the Pac-12's returning in October.
We followed the notes.
Show
We didn't
notes.
follow the notes.
Yeah. Hey, I do find it funny though, and maybe it's just us being being social studies teachers. But you looked at the ACC and the SEC, and then you looked at the Pac-12, and then you looked at the Big Ten.
I'm not saying
and
it.
You just,
I'm
it's
not
very,
saying it.
It's just very similar.
There's a meme or something going around.
There's a
It's-
correlation.
Where places where sports are still playing and moving to
add
spring.
the Big 12. Yeah,
and it's really funny how that all
it just,
looks the same.
How it's kind of
Election
how the
map.
Big Ten swung.
It's not politics.
No,
It's a smart virus.
I thought it was interesting with the Big Ten, swinging their decision today.
How quickly, and obviously with the Pac-12 now coming back, the power of the almighty dollar. You can say what you want. You can say that we're not going to do the capitalist thing. We're doing it all for the kids and the safety, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, but you're losing billions of dollars, and it's like, yeah, we're going to take that back.
Yep.
So it's an 8. Is it read at 8 games?
I think that's what the Big Ten. They said they were going to have an 8-game schedule.
Yeah, Jim's
because
saying yes.
they were worried about. They were talking about this on ESPN. So they were worried about starting on the 24th and then only having, I think, 9 weeks. And so if a team does happen to get COVID, are they going to miss a week or two? And then how many games are they going to allow? And I think they said if you had 7, that would be fine, whatever the committee. Because the Big Ten boils down to Ohio State.
Yeah.
That's the issue. It's Ohio State.
Shocker.
Okay, and Justin Fields and all of that. I mean, that's really the whole issue. And so they were saying, hey, 7 games is fine. That'll be fine to have an opponent potentially in the playoff.
Wait, so Northwestern isn't that's where all the smart people go to school, isn't
Rutgers,
it? Yeah, Rutgers. Oh yeah, they're in there now. Let's get the dog kicked out of them.
Well, that kind of goes into what we had a little bit on our topics
notes?
for the night,
Yeah,
for the show notes.
Whatever.
We talked a little bit about.
We had show notes.
If you had paper,
I was not given any show notes.
That's all I bring paper. Because I want to get mad. Just throw it like, why did I do this?
That's your tirade, right?
Well, I mean,
I did it once
I know
already.
you did. I know.
But we talked about.
He's looking at the notes.
I am. But I think that the topic of it is what about NFL? First week, lack of viewership, and I mean,
Yeah, because Stan Kroenke.
Every time we talk about the NFL, it's like Kroenke. By the way, the best one is
NFL.
The best one I saw was who let the little kid design the LA Rams football.
Oh my God, those are the ugliest jerseys
gosh.
ever. Maybe they're trying to come back to St. Louis. I don't know, but
No,
they were
not
ugly.
after building that palace
Yeah.
for $7 billion.
$8 billion. Eight. That's a lot of
$8 billion.
Yeah.
It's almost as nice as that Festus football
Stan
stadium.
Kroenke.
But do you think that the NFL viewership is down because of?
I think it's more than that. I think it has to do with some political agendas that are being broadcast across the NFL.
Well, I'll be honest
football
with you. I think a lot of the
Not
major
just the
sports,
NFL, all
major
of them.
sports are losing viewership because of it. I mean, I know several people who say, "I'm not watching sports now." And I'm like,
So, okay, I'm gonna. I wanted to ask this question, and let's take race out of it. Do you think the issue is that there is a certain percentage of the population that feels they don't want to watch simply because that they are protesting during the game? Because we cannot protest at our employment. We could do it outside after work. And do you think it's not what they're protesting? It's just the simple fact that they are protesting at the field. And maybe is there a percentage of people that say, I want my sports and my politics completely separated, and all I want to do for the 2 hours or 3 hours is just watch sports?
Well,
is that fair?
I think
or are you saying it's not? And
"Boy, you just opened it."
no, I'm just asking.
No,
I'm asking.
I've seen that all over social media. People saying things
Okay.
like that, and but how quick were they to come back in the NBA when the money wasn't going to be paid?
Yeah.
I mean, there was going to be some boycotts, and it's like, no.
I mean, as soon as you bring up the money, they're going to play.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing we're talking about with college football. I mean, the Big Ten and the Pac-12, they were making their stand. They're doing what's right, and if you listen to the commentary about their decisions, it's a smart move. The national media is a smart move. They're looking out for the kids. And it's really terrible what the SEC and the ACC is doing as far as my concern. It's like, oh, look what they're doing now. Look at that. They're turning back. So what's the commentary going to be there? The thing is
commentary is now that the medicine or the doctors have come out, because this is what they were talking on the radio.
It's a fluid situation.
That the testing now is at a point to where you get the new rapid test in 15 minutes and it's more accurate, and now it's more controllable, or you can identify who's sick and who's not.
Sounds like the flu.
I'm just saying that's what they're talking about on the radio.
I said it. I don't care. The fact of the matter is, though, is if we're talking about the national sports and going back to your point, it is about the almighty dollar. The difference between me or you and anybody here saying we're going to protest and then you can't do that at work, it's harder to it's easier to replace us than it is LeBron. Okay, because LeBron is a megastar. He draws money. Nobody who watches this show is throwing money because
Chris,
of LeBron.
If you leave the show, it's over and done with.
I don't
right?
know about that.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
Mr. Crodinger's still watching.
Is he?
Crodinger's watching. I just got a text from Eddie Marino. It says, I'm going to need a live shout out on the show right now for my commercial.
You didn't do a commercial.
He didn't do a commercial.
Eddie.
And possible future appearance.
Eddie is trying to get on our show here.
He's trying.
Is it time? Is it time? Jim, what do
The
you
only
think about
appearance
that?
Eddie's made-
What do you think about that, Jim Powers?
Use his office.
I think entirely too soon for Eddie Marino to be doing.
Wow!
Ouch!
You're not stairway.
You're not
denied.
You're not. You're not in Hillsborough saying this, are you?
Not to get off subject, I kind of like the question.
How quick he's going to be text messaging me.
Yeah,
he's on it. I think Eddie should be on
I like
here.
the question Brian Deering has up here. What about the Chiefs having some fans and the Royals following day in the same parking lot can't have any?
Interesting.
Wow.
Wonder why.
Well, you're too close, I guess.
I mean, you couldn't spread out watching baseball, but you can spread out.
Well, I mean,
football?
if you've been to Kaufman and Arrowhead are right next to each
They
other.
are.
There's
Yeah.
plenty of space.
Right.
I worked 2 years down there at Arrowhead, so yeah.
We
it's-
find
they're
out
right
new
next to each
things
other.
about Ray's career.
Ray, you need
I'm
to
all
submit
over
your
the place.
resume
Been
so we can
all
bring
over.
things up.
I'm all over the place, man.
We need a
That's
resume
awesome.
by Friday.
Club Imperial in that list anyway.
Glitter Factory.
Yeah. The Imp.
He was a DJ for the Glitter Factory. Ray's wife is watching going, you better
The
not
views
be.
of this show. I haven't said it all night, and you had to bring it up. I had to say it all night.
Shooty's back.
The views of this show are not necessarily the views of Livestream STL.
Listen, the Imp's
Oh,
closed.
my
We
God.
can rest in peace.
Oh, my
Man,
God.
this guy knows.
So before we, I think we should got to talk a little about the local fall sports around. And,
Hey,
you know.
I like I said, Ray, a couple of us, I know I went to, got a heck of a ball game tomorrow or Friday night.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey. So just out of curiosity, see, Powers is on here, so I can talk to all three of you.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to call that game?
Who's
You
calling
put
it?
people on the spot on it. Do you want to call it? It's like,
Who's calling it with me?
Do you want to call it with him?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, then
Sure.
you're calling it. So there you go. Fixed.
Hey,
Wow.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate that.
What?
Put your 2 cents in. You can talk about, D coordinator over here of the year.
You need a football
Blitz.
guy.
Blitz. Hey, what are you doing Friday night?
I had the weekend off.
Too soon.
Kick it.
So,
You should have told him to kick it.
Defer.
When he plays 21, he's like 10.
Oh, my God.
You got a king. Hit it.
Hit me.
Hey, you got an ace. You got 21. Hit it.
I also like to live dangerously.
I'm the head basketball coach. You get sports confused.
Kick
Can't
a
talk
man
about
like
gambling
that.
here.
Well, it's a heck of a matchup we've got, Zach McVay. We got a pair of teams coming off big victories here.
Kick a guy
He
like that.
starts to
Kick a guy like that.
oh,
By
my
the way,
goodness.
interesting concept. I didn't know the Royals do have fans. See, college. I mean, they have such a great stadium. By the
my
way, it
goodness.
is
It's
fantastic.
nice.
There's
It's
literally
nice.
no one there. Hey, this is they're used to playing in front of this kind of home crowd.
The Royals, yeah, you're probably right.
They won a World Series. And they didn't have anybody there to watch.
So is that the live stream STL South?
Yeah, you guys will be on
Yeah,
the South page.
You're on the sister
How's the
network.
internet down there at R7?
We
I
use.
don't know.
They don't give us internet.
I'm not there yet. It's
You
not
know,
winter
I don't- I
time.
don't-
It's not
They
winter time.
don't give me the Wi-Fi password.
I got to call somebody to let me into school.
Yeah,
You
it's like,
know,
who are you right now?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Some
yeah.
deranged
Zach
parent.
Zach who?
You're not on the list.
Yeah.
You know, I bet you I can call Clint Johnston and you can get on.
All right. Would you do that
You
for
want
me?
the Wi-Fi password?
Sure.
You want me to text?
Pious is evil.
Oh my God!
Defund Pius.
Oh, my
At
goodness.
sign.
Catholic lives matter.
It's off the rails here now. Us black cats are sitting over here.
I
not
just
saying
Oh, no.
Enjoy your cup. Pick it up and enjoy it.
We got it right here.
You guys are social distancing from us. Really?
We are going to have to wrap things up.
Is it past our bedtime?
It's past my bedtime. Oh my goodness!
You down with FCC yet?
What
We
a
want
great
to
idea.
thank Jim Powers. Thanks so much for being with us, Jim. We appreciate it, and you know you're always
Thanks,
welcome
Jim.
anytime.
Thank you, Jim.
And appreciate you, man.
Going for 2 in a row next week.
Oh, we didn't do our bold predictions.
for having me,
We'll have to
boys.
do that next
Hey,
week.
we have
Oh,
bold
goodness.
prediction. I'm winning again next week, boy.
We didn't do bold. Ray, stop. Quick bold prediction for the week.
I want to see Albert Pujols come back and hit 700 home runs as a St. Louis
Oh,
Cardinal.
for the week.
Oh, for the week.
For the week,
oh, I
man.
didn't hear you. I
Quickly.
wasn't paying attention.
Now, hold on. I want a prediction from the 2 non-participants in this football game that he and I are calling.
Prediction.
Pius versus Jefferson at R7.
Oh, he doesn't want to be put on the spot. He's like, I got a Pepsi contract. Hey, I think Coach Watson's watching. You better be careful.
I'll say Pius 28-21.
Play ball.
Pius. 28-21 Pius.
Coach Jarvis.
Coach Jarvis.
I'll have to say R7 by
Oh, he
two
would.
scores.
Now, bear in mind, Pius will actually receive one of the kickoffs either at the start or the middle of the game.
They might, but I say R7 by 2 scores.
R7 by 2. Okay.
Nice.
All right, bold prediction, Shooty. You don't have to be about that game.
Ray probably won't ask me to be back on the coach's
And I had to say that if I'm sitting here, I had to go against.
Wow. After all this good fortune that befell you. That's good.
I mean, you know.
Whatever.
I don't
We're
really
talking
care who
right now.
wins either one.
Bold prediction, Cotton.
Cotton, for this week, I don't know. Somebody else in the NBA is going to get fired. Another coach that went to the playoffs and won
Shocker.
the playoffs. Yeah, I don't know. Heck, I
You
don't
think
know.
Doc Rivers?
Oh, hey, they were talking. Yeah.
I mean, wait, how did the Clippers blow
Talk
a 3-1
about kicking
lead?
someone when they're down.
Oh, it's because of the Clippers.
Yeah.
The other LA team nobody cares about.
Wow.
My bold prediction is I'm going to say the Heat are in the finals.
Wow.
That's good.
I don't know if that'll end by the end of
I
the
was
league,
going to say
obviously,
probably not this week.
but that's mine.
Okay.
No, they're at least going to go up 2-0.
Wow.
That's it.
I want to
got
be
it.
the negative Nancy and say the St. Louis Cardinals are out of playoff contention by the end of next week.
It might be out of by tonight, but the Reds play.
Well, my bold prediction is I'm going to.
Nice. That's my prediction. Jarvis repeats next
no, I'm
week.
going to say
There
the
you
cup.
go.
The cup
Nice.
comes home if we're going to play this game.
What do you mean? It's been over here in Black Cat Land for a couple weeks, bro.
All right.
We win the important trivia things. That
We
count
read
in
the
Black
important
Cat.
trophies.
Yeah. 100 by 100.
Yeah, but you did give it back. So I'd appreciate
Wow.
that.
Yeah, that's not the
Wait,
trophy
wait.
I thought he was talking about.
No, I'm talking the big Stanley Cup. We won the big Stanley Cup.
I thought he was talking about, the district championship.
No, I'm glad you brought that up, though.
That's okay. He's going to win one this year. If Riley Blair doesn't win a district championship, it's got to be a major
Right,
disappointment.
right.
Yeah,
Maybe
so-
the biggest one in Jefferson County.
I mean, how many years? You should be building towards
As
this.
one of it.
Wow. Hold on. Turn around. Get that
Man,
knife out of your bag.
and one of your
Wow.
and one of your star players was today talking about how she hopes and prays every night that they have basketball.
Well, I can understand why she is wanting that.
That's good.
We're going to get her taken care of.
My bold prediction.
That poor young lady is 5 points away from breaking the all-time scoring
Ooh,
record.
yeah,
at
she
Hercules.
is.
Really? So you're saying there's a chance.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
there's a
hoping
chance.
for her.
And it's a friend of the show.
Now
There it
listen,
is.
though, the
Friend of
most
the show.
important thing is if you win a district, we're all really pulling for that one. There are certain terms that have been defined.
Wow.
If you win a district,
Wow.
So if we're in the same district
After hours show. Is what
and
We
we
gotta
don't
wrap it
happen
up,
to have
yeah.
that good fortune, we are really all of us are pulling for you.
My bold prediction, I'm going to get internet at Hillsborough High School.
Hey.
I thought you were going to say, I'm going to get a whole new crew to do the show. More controllable.
More
crew.
coming next week.
Hey, Blair Bohr says,
We
Blair,
got
we
this.
got this, man. Man,
I love
district
it.
shout out
He's
right
already,
there.
He's already got a
District
scouting
champ.
report on everybody.
There it is, bold prediction.
All classes that you could be in.
Bold
teams you
prediction.
could play.
Lordy, lordy, lordy. We got to wrap things up here.
It's like, I got to go.
I got to turn them off here. We're off the rails, and it's not even funny at how much we're off the rails. Thanks so much for watching the Coach's Box tonight. We will see you next week. Next Wednesday, we'll be back at La Pachanga. Don't forget tomorrow night. I'm sorry, Friday night, DeSoto at Festus. That's the game we'll be at. And the St. Pius Lancers and the Jefferson Blue Jays on live stream STL South. Make sure you check us out at 6:30 on both of those. These guys are unbelievable tonight. So, Ray Halbrook and all of us here for live stream STL. We'll say so long. Have a great night.